you know we're just starting? But you sure we got the clue how bad this we go? Don't you know? No more art. And as you look to the horizon, not a cloud, but then stormy weather's go too cold. Seems like it crept up out of nowhere, all around you is not what you foretold. You never see it coming.
Am I better than everyone?
Got your game planned out. Do it deep, get 'em 2 steps ahead, yeah. So step into my way, stand out. It's a trap, one more step, and you're dead. Why just a bit to say goodnight? Go with blue skies, but now lightning's like your last resort. It's not an accident that no one hears your cries as your last dream seems to deserve. You never see it coming. You see that my mind is the best for eyes. You're done there, but the time it teach you, you're not surprised. I'm coming for you. My game's always the best of mine. You're spanning, but the net you didn't catch it in time. Better think about your game. Are you sure your next move's the right one for you? Are you sure you won't get outmaneuvered again, my friend? You never see it coming. You see that my mind is the best for eyes. You're done there, but the time it hit you, you're not surprised. I'm coming for you. My game's always so best, so fine. You're spanning, but the net you didn't catch it in time.
Hello everyone. This song is such a banger that I like don't want to start stream. But hello, welcome to the stream. Metal Gigi on the first. It's good to see you, Metal. Hope you are doing alright. Hope you're feeling well. Ezzy Dog, what's up? Bactrian, my bacteria. How are you today? How's your weekend going? Today, we're actually streaming. Which is already a win because I haven't streamed 2 weeks in a row in like 1.5 years, I think. Bactrian, it is good to see you. You are a walking, talking win. What's going on? What's going on? We're playing City Skylines 2 today, which I have not played yet. I loaded it up last night, but then I was like, this is kind of a lot. I'm gonna save it for like a daytime when my brain is working a little bit better. If anyone doesn't know, City Skylines 1 was the first game that I ever streamed on Twitch. And we played it like a couple of times. We revisited the city once. I checked that save a couple days ago, and all of the there were a couple of issues, meaning like a lot of issues, but I did fix all of them. And then actually it was Fermented who gifted me City Skylines 2, and this game is a bit controversial. A lot of people were saying that it's kind of garbage, but I think it's mostly because of performance issues, if I'm not mistaken. But I feel like some Fermented was saying some patches came out that hopefully made it better, so we're gonna see how it goes. Fermenty the Chad, I know, right? Way too Chad. So I'm gonna load up the game and stop the based Persona music, and we're gonna play here. Holy, is that Jelly? I know that chatter. How are you, Jelly? How are things going? Are you moved into your new place now? Let's see if this is gonna come up here. Awkward silence. Uh-oh. Is the game gonna load? Oh, here we go. Just about to drive. Me and Sea-Dog say hi. Enjoy the stream. Hi, Sea-Dog. Yo, drive safely. Enjoy the rest of your day. Look at this beautiful cityscape. Okay. I forgot I made the audio really quiet. Or did I mute it? I don't even know. Why is it so quiet? Where's my mixer? Oh, I don't know how to stream anymore. Oh, I did mute it. There we go. Okay. How about a nice 35? Okay, so we're gonna get started here. So they actually have an easy mode and a normal mode, which Skylines 1 did not have. So I think it's pretty obvious that, you know, we're god gamers. We've played similar games, so let's go. Now we're gonna do easy mode. Because it says a stress-free city building experience with reduced costs, faster progression, and government subsidies that help balance the city's economy. Ideal for casual players, which indeed we are very casual. And then they have all these maps here that you can choose from. I feel like the archipelago is kind of cool, but I feel like it would be a bit complicated trying to like connect all the islands and do all the water and stuff. But everything else, well, this one is actually, they're all pretty water centric, so I don't know. And I guess I'd rather have more water than more mountains. Let's see, a chain of islands enveloped by water. This map comprises atolls, lagoons, and peninsulas. A highway running across the map connects some of the larger islands while also providing a connection to the outside world. The buildable area is split over several pieces of land, which offers a range of options for traffic over land, water, and air. Holy McCoffee! I know, rebrand. We do be Chumby now. What's up, McCoffee? How have you been? I saw you've been streaming lately too, right? What were you playing again? Let's just do this one because it's the first one. And what should we name our city? Also, it says you can be European or North American. I feel like I want to make it North American just so that things look a little bit more familiar. Let's see, I'm gonna restart the tutorials. N-A. Chumbin with the best of them. I've been just fooling. Oh, Subnautica. Isn't Subnautica 2 coming out or something? Subnautica is such a good game. I wish I wasn't prone to motion sickness and scared of everything. I'm gonna name the city. wait. What if I name the city but the H is silent? Like Chumby, but the H is silent. Subnautica 2 in early access came out a week ago. Oh shit. It's come out, but it's apparently only like 25% of the game so far or something. Backtrainer, you're a Subnautica fan. I never know how to feel about early access, because I feel like you're not getting the full game experience, and there are things that are gonna be like messed up, and that will color the rest of your playthrough when like the full game comes out. But I also think that's a perfectionist mindset, and it's probably better to just play the game if you want to. Chitty Skylines. Bro, it's so bad. And by bad, I mean good. Only saw Dangle's playthrough. Yeah, I've only watched people play it as well. But they always look like they be having fun. Alright. What is TG? Whoa! You can move the camera like this. That's kind of sick. Alright, a city exists around roads. When you build a road, a cell grid appears on the land next to it. This is the area where you can build on. Most roads come with the built-in utility. How's the sound levels, by the way? Is the game volume too high? I feel like I should turn it down. That didn't do anything. Is it radio? The radio? No? What is the... Is it this? There we go. Music is loud but chill, so it's okay. Is this a little better? They give you all these sliders to make you feel like you have options and it does nothing. Perfect? Okay. Thank you, McCoffee. Okay, let's build a road. Let's do a 90-degree angle, I think. Dude, that was so hard. Roads come in various sizes and configurations, from small alleys to large highways. Larger roads have higher speed limits and can handle more traffic. Different tools can be used to build even more varied roads. You can try building roads with curvature or even build road oh, they have built-in grids. Can change roads elevation to build tunnels or elevated roads. Building a road over water will automatically create a bridge. Okay. Bulldozer, okay. Zoning determines which types of buildings. Okay, we know. Oh, there's office. I kind of want to put like I kind of want to put the residential area like in a corner so that it's not... How much money do we have? Oh, we have a lot of money. We good. So that it's not like... in the middle of everything. Here, these people can live on the edge of the map and they're gonna like it. Alright, we're gonna zone. Oh, I like this one better. Cause then I can do a big selection. You can choose the theme. Oh. So you can have random European neighborhood in your North American city. We rich! Make that coastal community and gentrify the fuck out of it. Holy. Outside connections are routes to neighboring cities and the rest of the outside world. Your city must be connected to the highway that runs through the map so that citizens can move into your city. In addition to roads, there are other outside connections such as train tracks, as well as air and water routes. Dude, I hope I get to the point where I can actually learn how public transit works. Alright, we gotta place a commercial zone. I think we should have like a little road here and then a little road here. Wait. Bro, I wish I understood how roads work. Like, as far as traffic goes. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. It was just gonna be commercial, okay? And then I like to put the industrial zones quite far away. Whoa, what is that? Power line not connected. So that the pollution doesn't like spread. Yeah, manufacturing zones should be kept far away from residential zones. Groundwater deposits. Oh my god, there's groundwater. Polluted groundwater deposits can lead to citizens getting poisoned from drinking water. Keep industrial zones far away from groundwater deposits. They're marked as blue. Okay. That's new. I don't think that was in the first game. Pandas! So good to see you. How's it going? This is North America, isn't it? Yeah. We chose North America, but it said you can change the theme of like the individual zones you make. I've only heard good things about this game, but I have no clue how it works. Basically, you build a city. And I can't explain beyond that because I'm also a little confused. Yo, Max, how's it going? Chumby Skylines. You can find the link to the YouTube video about Strodes if you want. But will that teach me, like, what it means for a road to be, like, arterial versus... or like how you determine if a road is gonna handle the main traffic or like side traffic or whatever. What's it called? It's like hierarchy, road hierarchy. That's kind of what I want to understand better. Yeah, you can be industrial. Pandas, how's your weekend going? If you want to take it slow, you can pause the simulation. Should we unpause? You think that his zones were wrong? I know that. I know I had to do that. Your city is growing. Okay, I know that. Okay, now electricity. We're still doing the beginning tutorial. Wait. Make sure it's... Oh, downwind from housing. Wow, so you really have to worry about pollution in this game. Alright, we're gonna make a power plant. And I'm gonna put it... I think I'll put it there. And then they need me to do water. See, in the first game, they don't even explain this. It's just like if you don't do it, you are in trouble. I wish I understood how anything works so I could help me in life. Bactrian, you're helping me just by being here and being cute. In the real world, roads are larger and meant for travel, and streets are for residential / light commercial access. Don't know if that has any bearing of on the game. I guess in the game, the equivalent would be pretty much the number of lanes on the road. Going well, started the morning with the gym, then got groceries, now relaxing. That sounds so productive. GG pandas. Did you get any good groceries to cook something nice? Okay, we're gonna... Oh, interesting. Alright, so we gotta put it... I guess we're gonna put it over there, but I need to build a road. Wait, show me the water. So we'll just do this, I guess. Can I turn off... Snap? I only want to snap to 90 degrees. Will this do it? Okay. And then I put my water. Pumping stations need a road connection. Most roads have a built-in pipe network. Oh, so you don't need to manually lay your pipes in this game? Aren't you connected to the road already? Find a shoreline. Got some salmon that I will use through meal prep. Nice. I've been thinking about making salmon at some point when I get brave enough to handle raw meat.
That was totally lit. We'll be hearing more like that later in the show.
What?
Now, if you're part of my regular posse, you know I'm beefing with my dentures.
I'm gonna turn the radio off. Wait. But then I don't get music. I don't know, man. I guess we'll just have some weird lady talking every so often. Okay, we need to build a sewage outlet. Downstream would be like sure, just go there. Okay, so I need to do the gotta lay some pipe. Well, not always visible. Your city's utility network runs underground right below the road. That's kind of nice. You don't have to manually build. Had some great salmon the other night. Should do that more often. Salmon, asparagus, rice, and beans. Yeah, that sounds like a really good meal. Weird lady talking music. I'll continue with the city. Do we unpause it now? I'm scared. I think I need to connect. Wait. Let's unpause it and see what happens. Achievement! My first city. Okay, our electricity network is online. Power line not connected. Not enough okay, how do I connect? They didn't teach me how to connect. Wait, hold on. They didn't teach me how to connect frickin' electricity up. How am I? I'm doing good, pandas. I'm doing really well. Is that gonna give me electricity? I started my new I got and started in my new job, and it's going really, really well. And I quit the old job with my mean boss, and I'm working at a much better place now. And I actually have learned a lot more about like grooming. But so far I'm mostly doing just the baths and not doing any of the haircuts or anything. Why is this not... Bruh. Do I really need to... Now I'm confused. New job, let's go. Hey Mango, how's it going? Thank you. Thank you guys. Is there anything sweeter in life than quitting your job? It was beautiful. It was beautiful. And my old boss was like threatening to take legal action against me, and then he never did because I think he realized that he was wrong. Wait, why can't I make anything? Why can't I? Make my electricity? Do I need to put this here? And then... Bro, I'm confused. I'm so confused. Hold on, let me... Let me figure this out, and then I will talk to chat better. Do I connect it to the road? Now I'm so confused, dude. Electric cable not connected. Bring back the tutorial. I'm confused. Hold on. Power plants automatically connect to the low voltage electrical grid via integrated road cables. Electricity grid. Shouldn't it be automatically connecting? Or is the issue that there's no water? I'm so sorry, chat. This is so scuffed. What is the new job? I'm also working at another pet grooming salon. I'm so glad you left that horrible place. Yeah. They chose the most chill lo-fi tunes because they knew 99% of players are constantly reaching out at this game. Okay, so small backstory. At my old job, I entered this grooming apprenticeship program, like for dog grooming. And when you become an apprentice, it's basically like you help out another groomer, and in return they like teach you how to do everything. And also you do like bath appointments with customers and nail clips and stuff like that. And it also pays less than like working as a retail customer service associate with this company, because it's like a pet food store and grooming place, the old place I worked at. Chumby Chitty lore, yo, fermented. And so backstory. Sorry, I'm so bad at explaining. Backstory, I started the grooming apprenticeship, and to do that, they make you sign this contract that says that like you'll do your best to finish the apprenticeship program within like 6 months or so. And the contract also has a bunch of shit with like a non-compete, so it says like after you leave this company, you're not allowed to work at any other companies that do similar business for a whole year within like a 32-mile radius of the city. And there's also a clause that says if you quit and don't finish the training program, you have to pay back the company $5,000 because they've like invested so much money into your training that you quitting like you have to pay them back for that investment. And so that was what my boss threatened to sue me for. But the catch was I literally didn't even quit the training program. He fired me from the training program, but kept me as like just a bather. But he fired me from the apprenticeship, which is what the contract applied to. And he said that like because I didn't finish the program, I had to pay him back the $5,000. But the contract actually says that it says like if employee wishes to leave employment, they must pay back the $5,000, which I didn't wish to leave. I got terminated, so it doesn't apply to me. And I think he realized that because he did not say shit to me after threatening me so hard to make me pay him back. That's not how training, right? And I had to buy all my own supplies, and literally I was already taking a pay cut to do the training, and the training was only 2 days a week for like 5 to 6 hours. So I'm like, in what world is that? Are you spending $5,000 on me for doing this? Like it was just insane. But the CEO of the company is just like freaking delusional and on a power trip all the time. So he was using that to try to scare me into like doing something that he could fully fire me for, I guess. Legal Eagle frothing at the mouth hearing all this. I'm so sorry. It's okay, Backstreet. I appreciate it. Pet washing pyramid scheme, literally. And like, I felt really bad at the time when all this happened, but now I feel really good about it because it led to me working at a much better place that pays me so much more and teaches me better stuff. And my coworkers are so much better. And it's in a like cool place of the city that I hadn't really explored before. So I'm very content with everything there. Congrats on your new job. You should have had me and Bactrian visit your old boss to talk. And damn you, whoever made the laying pipe joke. I was holding an umbrella so I couldn't type. I made the laying pipe joke, fermented. I take all credit. Fermented, thanks for gifting me this game, by the way. I'm very confused, but we're gonna figure it out. Call Legal Eagle. Oh, it's okay, Bactrian. It's okay. I figured it out. Cause I I was like, my life is over. I'm gonna be broke. I'm gonna have to move out of my apartment. Oh my god.
The coolest sounds in town. I'm gonna be out partying later.
Why did they
So
make
if you
her
see
voice
me
so
and
weird?
My posse, stop by for a quick high five. I'll be the one wearing the nylon stretch pants, slung way low, and decked out in some fab fresh bling. All my beads and necklaces, and maybe a nice brooch. Can't miss me. Look for the lady with the orange and green hair.
Why did they make an old lady radio DJ? I'm glad you're at a much better place. Thanks, Mango. How are you, Mango? How's everything going? More pay? Dude, I get tipped. Like, the groomers tip me out for helping them. That never happened at the old place. I was working for free. No, I'm happy to help anyway. Batter up. CS2 confused me a bit. The no mods confused me too. Did you end up installing a bunch of mods for Rented? The only part of town I know is Fishtown. It do be Fishtown. Fishtown kind of sucks. I mean, Fishtown is very like gentrified, but like ugly gentrified. But no, the place I'm working it's like around South Philly, and it's on a really cool avenue with lots of nice, like, a lot of like old charming cafes and shops and stuff. Aw, Bactrian, I appreciate you. Speaking of hair, your cut is cool as hell. Holy. Thanks, McCoffee. I sound happier too now. I'm so much happier. It's actually crazy because I'm just so relieved everything worked out. And like the old company I worked at was so toxic that it was like that toxicity makes everyone stressed when they're off of work, because you never know when you're gonna get like an email saying some crazy thing or get in trouble for something that wasn't your fault. And now it's like I go to work, I have a good time at work, and I come home and I don't have to worry about work and I can just relax, which is part of why like I'm able to stream and game again. Been to Fishtown twice and was not impressed. Not the ugly gentrific. Like, if you're gonna gentrify, at least make it cute. Oh, the tattoo parlor in the old church. Yeah, a lot of people have recommended that place to me. But yeah, that's basically the small summary of what's been going on. Oh, it's because these roads aren't connected. What the heck? How does this not connect? So basically I have to... Can I, like... do this? Hold on, we're cooking here. We're cooking. Oh wait, I don't think I need that. Do I need that? Because it should just connect to the grid. No, it doesn't. Why is this so jankaroni? Okay, that should do it. And then for water, chat, I figured it out. We're gonna do this. Oh wait, I can just go straight underground, I think. Hold on. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Wait, now I'm confused. I'm sorry for making The worst stream ever. But if I do this, that should be fine. Okay, we should be all connected now. Except for the sewage. I assume needs to be connected like that. I'm gonna unpause and hopefully all of these issues will go away. Okay, okay. Oh, okay, okay, we're gonna fix that. So I also need to connect the sewage, like there, or can I just do this? Question mark. Is that gonna fix it? Okay, fixed it. Oh my god. Okay, we're cooking. We're cooking. Can I delete this? How do I get rid of this? I can't see because it's underground. Okay. Okay, I think... Oh my god, I'm confused. Okay, I think we have a functioning city now. Oh shit. Sewage pipe not connected. I'm so overwhelmed right now. It's an amazing stream because you guys are here. Thanks for being here. What do you mean sewage pipe is not connected? Oh. Wait, I just pressed a button and things popped up. Oh, I unpaused. Okay. Can I delete this? Okay, and then I think I put some random like things here because I was confused. I don't think I need that building. Now I'm confused. What is this? Okay, I think I can delete this actually. And then they want me to connect. Oh my god, look at the detail. Oh my god, tiny village. Why are we poo-poozing? Thanks for coffee. I forgot that these games are kind of overwhelming. I'm appalled at how hashtag healthcare is run in this city. You know what? Me too.
Nan the hip hop grand.
I think they want me to
Badass
connect
sounds.
like
Written for
this.
My grandkids playlist. Keep it fresh, folks.
But I'm confused about like... Like, what do you mean it's overlapping? I'm trying to connect it to the road. Like, I don't know what's going on. Also, why is the rotation backwards? This annoys me. Does anyone know what I'm supposed to do with this? Because in the first game, you could just, like, place the thing and then the thing would be the thing. Because this is... This is connected to the power plant, right? Wow, look at these roads. Look so North American. Can I run like an underground wire or some shit? Because clearly that's where they want me to... Does that do anything? What do you mean it's not connected? How do I connect it? Hashtag do better healthcare, I know. Okay, we're gonna spend the next 2 hours of stream trying to get rid of this little thing. I have a theory. I have a theory. That I'm gonna have to bulldoze and rebuild the small coal power plant and put that shit here. And then you connect the power line from there and just do something. Like, I actually don't know. But this would connect it to the grid, right? So jank. You're kidding me! Okay, I see what the issue is. I see what the issue is. I'm gonna freaking refund this game that I didn't even buy. Okay, it needs to be a power line, not an electric cable. Which I just should have known because... I guess. I don't freaking... But where can I even put this? There's just gonna be this ugly ass freaking... Don't give me that not connected. What do you mean it's not connected? What do you mean this is not I just connected it. Bro, I'm gonna crash out. I don't understand, like, what this needs to be connected to. It needs to be connected to this. Bro, I'm gonna crash out. Oh my god. I think everything's fine now. Waiting for a hearse. Somebody freaking died here. Looks so North American. Unexpected item in bagging area, literally. Literally. Lack of high skill labor. Cool. Okay. Ryan's looking real good right now. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. Okay. This music is too much. So we need healthcare. We need death care. We need schools. And oh, we haven't even unlocked schools. Oh, we need garbage too. All right, let's build the landfill. Oh my god, that's a big landfill. Okay, let's build. The thing is, wherever I put the landfill, it's gonna be like... Why is this not snapping? Okay, I'm gonna put landfill. Holy shit, that's so big. Here. And then adjust the dumping. Holy shit, I can make a huge dumper. A huge dumping area. What the heck? That's crazy. Yo, check out my dump. I think. Did I do it right? Oh, wait. I messed up. Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want. What happened to my dumping area? Why is it so small? Oh! Wait, hold on. There we go. There we go. That's the biggest dump ever. I'll show you a big landfill. Chumby Dumby. Chumpy Dumpy. Yeah, this is welcome to the rebrand. Honestly though, like real talk, it's not so much a rebrand as me having... What is this? Me having not streamed in a long time and trying to find my way back to it and trying to account for how I've grown and changed as a person. There's a small cemetery. We should... Oh my god, that's a big ass cemetery. Okay. We should put it like in the trees. We should put it like over here. Can I rotate it? Whoa! Alright, and then I'm gonna build a road. I know! I know. I wish it would snap. What do you mean overlapping items? What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm trying to build to the... Bro, I'm gonna crash out. Should we make a curved road? Whoa. Why is it not letting me place it? Am I poor? Do I not have money? No, I have money. How come I can't connect to my frickin' cemetery? Wait, how come I can't build this road? I'm gonna crash out. For curved road, you need to double confirm. I'm confused about these overlapping items. Do I have to demolish all these trees? Bro, I take back putting the cemetery there. I don't want it anymore. Look at the little trees. How about we do this instead? Wait, can I not snap to the... Snap to...
Greets to you, my faithful crew. And
You know what? Just
welcome
turn
to
that shit
another
on.
hour of all the chillinest beats with Naughty Nan, the hip hop grand.
The
Warm temperatures
chillinest
across the
beats
region
with
today.
Naughty
Hope
Nan, the
everybody out
hip
there
hop
has a good
gram. Oh, I don't want it curved. I changed my mind about curves. Just kidding, that looks ugly. I kind of want curves. I'm so sorry. Whoever gifted you this game should get jailed. No, Fermenta, thank you for gifting me this game. I'm having fun, I promise. I just... It's a skill issue. I just need to get better. I still don't understand why it wasn't letting me place that curved road before, but whatever. LOL, I just demolished someone's house so I could build a road. K Kona. Okay. Now I can place my freaking huge ass cemetery. And then I'm gonna connect the road like that. Yeah, yeah. Oh, how are the cars gonna drive like through here? Makes no sense. Fix your game. Alright, let's see if everything... You know what we need? We need more houses. That's what the issue is. Because these people don't have anyone to work for them. So we need people to move here. And I'm gonna zone all of this as housing. And someone can live right on the water. Oh, interesting. And I think that I should build more housing. Ooh, low density waterfront housing. Holy. Can I do this? What does that mean? What does this mean? That's kind of cool. I would like some medium density housing because fuck this low density shit. We need maximum denseness. This is so jank. This is gonna be the jankest thing ever. Milestone 2 unlocked. If Fermenti goes to jail, I go with him. The game UI do have a skill issue. That's very realistic. What? Deleting houses so I can build a road. Deathcare is a great name for American healthcare. This is me driving. Okay. You know, I haven't driven a car in like a couple years now, which makes me a little bit concerned. Ooh, we could do apartment, but row homes are nicer. Let's do row homes. I like a good row home. Row this home. But I kind of want to see what it looks like, because I kind of want my city to look good and not just function. So based on how they set up their row homes, I will decide where to put the streets. But I feel like row homes are always on one-way roads, so that it's quieter, you know? What? Who's it? The hashtag housing hashtag market stinks. Where do I complain? So I'd like to live in the city, but there are no hashtag homes available. What gives? We're building them right now, asshole. Whoa, look at these houses! Wait, that looks really cool, actually. Crap, I'm gonna have to re-enable my, my middle mouse button. Look at them! Oh, so cool. Look, they got a little window AC unit. You want me to take care of this wise guy? Batter up. Look at this little moped. Look at the people walking. This person just drove down the street so I could turn around. Okay, look at their little back. Oh my god, this is so cute. Wow, can I live here? Wow, this is so nice. Okay. Look at all those chickens. I think this is stuff I made randomly when I was confused. What the heck? I don't know what that is. Hold on, chat. I'm gonna, re-enable my middle mouse button so I can use the camera better, because I had disabled it because it was like glitching out, and so when I played Rivals it'd be like pinging nonstop which was too embarrassing because it'd be like, need healing, need healing, need healing, attack here, hello, hello. So I just like disabled the button completely, because I think I tried to remap it, but it like was still pinging. Anyway, where's my mouse setting? G502 hero. Assignments. Middle mouse. Let me turn my lit persona music on. Middle click. Use default. So will that work now? Oh yeah, okay. Whoa, that's whoa. Okay. Hold on, let me pause this now. So that's why my teammates are constantly pinging everything. Yeah, it's definitely an accident. Okay, there's an ad, so I'm gonna get up and use the restroom real quick, and then we'll be right back. So, BRB, let me do this. Why did the music stop now? BRB. I'm back. Okay. I don't know what I even want to accomplish here. I guess we should build more housing, basically. Let's see. I'm gonna unpause. Oh wait, we are unpaused. You know what? I don't like the nighttime mode because it makes it kind of hard for me to see. So I'm gonna me playing this game in 4K to flex on everyone. Can I change the camera sensitivity. Like this. Oh, that's a bit better. Okay. Don't need 4K to flex on my PC. You know what I really want to do now is I really want to be able to finish a thought. I really want to build like a home server
This is Nan,
to
hip-hop
store
Fran. You listening to the smooth beat.
Housing shortage is driving up prices in the
media
area.
on.
That's right, Glenda. But apparently that's not all good news.
I guess
We're
we
joined
should
today
do
by an
some
expert
apartment
guest,
buildings.
Professor Nutbutter.
Welcome, Professor.
Actually,
so a
I'm
housing
gonna-
shortage is bad for the people trying to move here, right?
Humans are
Wow, they won't
programmed to
shut up
desire
about
certain
this housing
representations
shortage.
within ideological reward structures.
Have this housing.
Entirely apart from the actual rewards enjoyed. For example, consider capital.
One final question, Professor. Is the housing shortage going to make me richer?
By certain metrics, perhaps yes, in the short term.
I like the sound of that.
But what we are discussing is the study of a statistical abstraction and its effect on the human
Thank you, Professor.
psyche. It is a question of priority.
Warm temperatures across the region today.
So
Hope
basically,
everybody
game wants
out
me
there
to
has a
build
good
hella
one.
housing. Please with a hashtag job soon. I've been waiting for so long already. It's a mood. Oh, they want low density housing? Fuck that shit. I don't want low density. Look at these apartment buildings. Wow. A nice little fire escape. Everyone's driving so fast. Whoa, that's a big ass building. Okay, I think they want more commercial, I'm guessing. I guess I'll make the thing is Cypress Street is now kind of a main road. So I feel like I should do this. You know? And then do this. And then we can make this part commercial. Perhaps. Actually, no, I take it back. Let's make this commercial. New bar opening up. Hell yeah. Hell, I feel like a park would go well there, but whatever. Yeah, because there are all these big apartment buildings, and then across from them you have like shops and stuff. I think that makes sense. People crave hive cities. They yearn for the mines. What the heck is with this empty space? Specialized. Oh my god, we can build chicken farms. Okay, I think I know this. Oh, I don't want to do this right now. Hold on. Spin-off bakeries. Leafy greens. Okay. That's It's kind of funny. There's one medical clinic with a coffee shop next to it. Oh wait. Oh wait, this is a pharmaceuticals company. It's not a clinic. Make some bike paths. Oh my goodness. I don't know what to do. I feel like they want me to just build so much housing and everything. But let me see what... Holy shit. So these are all good farmland. And then this is oil. I'm confused. I'm overwhelmed. Let me see where the water deposits are. Okay. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna make an executive decision. And this is all gonna be housing. And I'll even make some low density housing since they really want it. Oh, diagonal road. Nah, should I make like a cul-de-sac and be cool and fancy? Should we try it? Do you think I have this? Oh, you can make it. They have it built. Just want to manually make a cul-de-sac. What's my go-to drink? Like at a bar? I would also want bike paths. Yeah. See, that's the thing is I'm like, ideally I want oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. Fuck. Like ideally I want to create the perfect city with great public transit and bike infrastructure. But like that stuff is actually quite complicated. Can I unconvert it to a... I think my go-to drink really depends on my mood. I really like a Moscow Mule and I really like margaritas. But most of the time I will just have a beer. You know what? Let's make a roundabout, 'cause why not? Well, now I'm confused. I don't know what's going on anymore. What about you, chat? What's your go-to drink? What is all this? Gravel road, gravel one way. Alley! Oh my god, you can build an alley. 2-lane truss arch bridge. Small pedestrian street. Whoa, this is really detailed. What about the bike streets? Let's do one-way roads. Just for funsies. Let's do one going this way. And then one going this way. And then one going this way. And then let's put our low density-ish here to satisfy the demands. White people crave cul-de-sacs. You feel about dark and stormies? I've never had one actually. Isn't that rum and something? Is that your favorite drink, McCoffee? I do like Moscow mules a lot. Bactrian. Gotta come to Philly and I'll make you some Moscow mules. And Cosmos. Cosmos are good too. I'll have to go with an old-fashioned. Holy. This Chad over here. I do like an old-fashioned. But I have to be in a specific mood for it. Jumbo Conway. Why do I think you didn't drink? I don't really ever. You know what I want to learn is how to make good mocktails. Because it's so nice to like relax with a beverage at the end of the day. But I don't always want alcohol. And if I just drink juice, it's like sugar overload. Should I build even more housing? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Can I line it up with this road? Bro, you're facing the wrong way, you idiot road. How do I edit it to be, oh my god, I suck. It's a one-way dead-end road. Hold on. Hold on. Can you go this way, please? Oh my goodness. Let me redo this. How about I do this and then I do like so. And then we go like this. And then we go like this. And then we do this 2-lane road. And do this. Holy. Kinda cooking here. Whoa, that's a fucked up intersection. I kind of want to leave it. Average road in Maryland. Or Montgomery County, I should say. But if my cucumbers... Don't let me be a bad influence, Bactrian. Hence why the drinks I've liked have pretty much been sugary juices plus alcohol. I'd absolutely drive to Philly for a nice summer hang and gab sesh. Don't come to Philly, there's nothing to do here. Actually, like, there are things to do, but
Stacking fresh beets all day. And
I
all
just feel
night.
like the
You're
food scene
listening
is
to
so
the
bad
smooth
here
keeping it fresh with
that I
Molly.
can't recommend anybody
Housing shortage
comes.
is driving up prices in the area.
Stop talking about the
That's right,
housing
but apparently
shortage.
that's not all good news. We're joined today by an expert guest, Professor Nutbutter.
Welcome, Professor. So a housing shortage is
Literally
bad
cannot
for
have a
people
city in the
who are
US without a
moving,
fucked up
right?
Humans
intersection.
are programmed to desire certain representations within ideological rewards.
Kinda wanna turn off the radio. Only I can say annoying things, not the game. Let me go to my stream music playlist. My favorite song. Tell Grandma good night. You're only capable of being the happiest, most serene influence on my life. Aw. You are too kind, Bactrian. Bad food is worth it to get to hang out in Philly. Here's the thing is like the demand for everything is so high that I don't even know what I should be building because literally it needs everything. I just make all of this residential. Oh wait, I want to do the waterfront housing. Right? Chat, should we play Final Fantasy 14? Bikes don't belong on roads. Hashtag roads are for cars. But I don't know how to build bike paths. I was looking for it. Looking to you have family in Maryland, Fermented? Those roads made me want to take the Amtrak instead and Uber the rest of the way. You should definitely take the Amtrak or the bus if you're cheap like me. Here's how I would go from New York to my family's house in Maryland. First, I would take the 2 train from Brooklyn, Flatbush to 34th Street, Penn Station. And then wait. Well, this is if I was taking Amtrak. I would go to Penn Station, then I would go wait for the Amtrak, and then I would take the Amtrak down from New York to DC Union Station, and that would be like, what, 2 hours? 3 hours? And then in Union Station, I would walk to the DC Metro station, and then I would take my local subway for another 2.5 hours to go from DC to the suburb of Maryland that I lived in, which was like a 30-minute drive. And then I would have to call an Uber to go from my closest local subway station to my house, which would be like a 15-minute drive. This is why I only want to live in cities. Golden Saucer, hell yeah. Denver's the same way. I'll do anything to avoid driving in Denver. Yeah, I've heard Denver traffic is quite bad. Driving into Denver on the highway is like having your life flash before your eyes. Really? Does everyone go way over the speed limit? Gamble, drink, play games. Gamble, drink, play games. That's our Philly agenda, actually. I'm immune to New Jersey and Maryland roads. This is true. Backtrain is the strongest driver I know. She can take any road. I think I'm gonna build more housing, I guess, because I don't know what else to do. Just be building housing. Oh my god, these angles are killing me. I kind of want to do high density housing though, because these are next to the main road, sort of. Right? Right? Well, I guess it's not even high, it's medium. Ooh, new signature building available. Residents will enjoy the atmosphere of this smooth, luxurious building. Yo, we unlocked gentrification. Just kidding. Montgomery County is on the same line. Yeah, that's why the red line is so insane, man. Actually, from Union Station to my hometown, my home city, actually it's probably only an hour, but going from College Park to my hometown is like 2.5 hours, because you start up here and then you have to go down into DC and then transfer and go back up, and they're on like opposite ends of two different lines. I really am immune to East Coast highways. I feel nothing. Literally, driving on the highway in a heavy U-Haul with an angry cat meowing at her and a Cumby talking to her, distracting her the whole time. I guess we should do some commercial zones. You know what? Make it all commercial. I don't care. I don't care. Some people go way over the speed limit and some people go under it or right at it, and it's all over in all 3 lanes, all different speeds, all people living their own lives. Damn, that's street thugs and roaming gangs. Crime scene. Okay, we need to build some police, unfortunately. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do... Oh shit, I didn't mean to make this one way. Here we go. Whatever, it can be one way. That's fine. I don't really care. This road is gonna have everything. So we're gonna do small police station. Oh crap, it's not wide enough. And then we're gonna do fire department. That road's gonna have hella traffic. And then we're gonna put a school. I'll put the school over here. And then There's only elementary school and high school. Darn, it doesn't fit. Can I rotate? No? Okay. Animal Crossing music. Okay, let's put the high school here then. And then we should put like a park between them, I think. Vegetation. Shadow. $12 matchas. The world's stupidest V shape? What is that? Oh, getting from College Park to Rockville. Yeah, it's true. Bactrian, it is an honor to be your road companion. Oh, this is where you get bicycle paths. I see. Okay, we should do a bike path plus pedestrian path that goes from the schools. Okay, so we should have to the neighborhood, so we should do like a little back road like so. Bike path, let's go. Holy guacamole, chummy streaming before I hit my race up for the month. I know. I know. I'm trying to be better. The heck? How's it going, step 1? Grand Village. I'm trying to be better about streaming. Cause my new job is really good and so much less stressful, so I feel like I can actually use my free time to like relax and stuff and play game. So I'm trying to stream, and this is the first time I've streamed 2 weeks in a row in like a year and a half or something. What do you mean I can't overlap? Slope too steep. Oh my god. Forest is on fire! Wait, where'd it go? Wait, the thing popped up saying my forest is on fire and then just disappeared. But I have a fire station. Oh my god, I give up on the bike paths. I'm confused. What is the purple? Office demand. A bike path from the neighborhood to the high school for all the cool kids to show up before class. Actually, you know what? You're right, McCoffee. I gotta prioritize this. Here's the neighborhood. This is the rich people neighborhood too, with the waterfront houses. And you know those kids are okay. So we got a path going from the rich people neighborhood to the high school. A small fire. I guess it's gone. What do you mean crime? I built a police station. If this trend of unemployment continues, it'll be a ghost town soon. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, we'll build industry. Can build some farms, actually. Can I build some chicken farms? Let's do... Let's do this. Why would the game give me any option other than a 90-degree angle? We make big square. Actually... Can I connect the road like that? Holy, look at this Maryland looking ass intersection. You're actually not supposed to make intersections have like this tight of a turn. But whatever, I don't care. See, this is all good farmland. So we do this. And then we do this. Oh no, what the heck? What kind of road am I building? Oh my god. Isn't there a tool that lets me like replace what I accidentally made? Or no? I can delete this. Okay, that's better. And then, yeah, that can all be farmland, so we shall do it like this. Does it connect? Nice. Nice. Okay, let's build industry before everyone moves out of our city because they don't have jobs. You know what? I'm gonna do the fill bucket. It's going good. I'm good, step one. I'm good. I started watching season 3 of Spy Family, actually. I didn't realize it was on Netflix, which is the one subscription I have. Is this game as busted as they say? Did they fix it? I haven't encountered anything jank yet, actually. I think Fermented was saying that, like, they did implement some fixes, but I haven't encountered anything bad, really. Game good so far. Except I keep building one-way parking lots. What the heck? Oh my god. Why the fuck would it... Here, let's do it like this, actually. And we're gonna make this all industry, because I don't care. Pollute that shit. Did you ever play City Skylines 1, step 1? Yeah, Netflix randomly has some good anime now. Still have not watched the newest Bridgerton season because I didn't have Netflix for a few months. Me too. I haven't watched it either because I was gonna watch it with my friends, but then I got sick and it didn't happen. And then I never followed up and they never followed up. So the tutorial could use a bit of polishing. Oh, it's a whole new dev team? That's kind of crazy. So far it's good for me and I'm running the game in 4K, so you know, not trying to brag or anything, but like whoa, this is called Umber Street. So close. Okay, what else do we need? We need more housing. Oh, we got high density residential now? Ooh, larger low rent housing. Interesting. Should I build the low rent housing in the most polluted areas? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I want to build more bike paths. But we should wait till we start having traffic issues so that I can see how people are getting to work and then build the bike paths that way. Feel humble brag. Can't you rename the streets? Yeah, you can. But I like leaving it organic. Wait, I wanted farms. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, they were upset that I placed the farm. But isn't that... Isn't that where the natural resources are? Yeah. So what's the issue? Oh my gosh, so much demand for housing. Let's build the low rent houses near the schools. One day I'll stream Celeste and beat it on stream. Oh, suddenly no more demand for housing. Oh my god, look at the demand for industry increasing. So much low density demand. Alright, let's make a big curve. Like so. Wait, that's not good. That's better. What if I made this all low density housing? The rich people neighborhood. Oh, the demand's going down. And then I'll put some row homes here. Look at all this construction. Let me look at these waterfront houses. Damn. Why do you need your own backyard pool when you're literally on the waterfront? That's so dumb. And then the sad house. Oh my god, all the low density houses have a whole, like, fence around them. This is some rich people shit. I would live here. I would live in the city. Spin-off bakeries. Wow, look at all these houses. This one even has a little shed in the back. Wow, this is really nice. Sometimes you want to relax by the water, sometimes you want to relax by the pool. Truly living in the lap of luxury. Alright, and then all these houses need places to shop. What do you mean? What does that mean? This building is in the wrong zone or outside the zoning grid and will be demolished soon. Holy. I'm gonna build commercial. When do I get higher density commercial? Wow, there's still so much demand for commercial. Yo, what's up, Gold? How's it going? I feel like I should continue. I'm gonna make this all commercial. I feel like that can be housing, that little square. This is a really big cemetery. Wow, look at all that street parking. I'm in love with how our improved homes look. What's improved about them? Bro, they made these row homes look so ugly. They let you choose the color. Oh, we're actually getting some office demand. Do I even have office? Pretty good, just finished up with the con. Oh, what con was it? I think I saw you post something. I think I saw you post some art in somebody's Discord. Hex values. I'm gonna put office buildings over here by the pollution land. Well, that's really mean to put it next to the dump. Here, I'll put the offices. Um, I guess I should just put the offices where the housing is. Have buildings from all 4 zone types in a single city. Nice. I was gonna mention that I think you can change the color in the base game. Yeah, I want to be able to customize like the facades though. Because I see people making really cool neighborhoods and stuff on YouTube. Ah, so this is like the Rittenhouse area. I see, I see. Wish we had some larger living spaces available, but it's bad for the environment. Wow, we made it to Tiny Town. Signature buildings. Mystic QuestCon. Chat, I'm kind of tired. I think I'm gonna end the stream. Whoa! Do they have the cinematic view? Whoa, what is this? Oh, transportation. Oh, huh. I really want to get into public transportation. It confused me so bad in the first game. So we'll see if this one is any better. Do they have like the cinematic camera? Oh, here. Wait. This one. Wait. This is too much. I just wanted... Oh my god. I'm confused now. Huh? What? Now I'm confused. Is it up here, maybe? Fermented, how do I get the cool cinematic camera that goes around the city? Oh my god, the weather's in Celsius. Alright, I give up. I don't know how to do it. Alright, chat. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Photo mode, but it's like... In the first game, there's like a button you click and then it just does a nice cinematic camera and shows all the different spots around the city without you having to like click anything. Hope your city made progress. Hell yeah. This was all done today. So we got... Let's do a quick tour. Quick manual tour. We got the sick landfill, the huge dump. We got the small coal power plant that took us 10 years to figure out how to hook up to the grid. We got industry over here polluting up the place. One random farm. And then we got this side of the city is like the residential non-polluted area. And we got the rich neighborhood with the waterfront houses that also have in-ground swimming pools for some reason. And all this low density housing that was requested. We got some row homes over here. We got some low rent apartments here. We got the elementary school and the high school with a dedicated bike path and walking path from the rich people houses to the school. We got medical clinic, police station, firehouse, and then a bunch of commercial buildings. And these are all the office buildings. And then some more low density housing, some apartment buildings, and some more row homes. And that is our whole city. Yay! Oh, and there's a big ass cemetery over here for some reason. Huge dump. Think that update is soon, TM. They better replace the entire dev team just to make that update. I played City Skylines once, forgot to set up water and electricity, so my city was a failure. That's the thing, is like in this game, they have a tutorial at the beginning explaining how the water and electricity work, but then they ended the tutorial and they wouldn't show me, like I couldn't figure out what needed to be done with the electricity to connect everything. Holy, we got a huge traffic jam. Hell yeah, that's a sign of a good city. That means this should be a roundabout, right? Should we make it a roundabout? With a big ass tree. Oh, now that's also an issue. Oh no, these are all... Wow, okay. Well, this gives us something to do next time we play, is fix the traffic. Really, this should just come down here, right? Because that's where they're going. Whatever. Paging Biffa, right? Dude, that's what made me want to play this, because I started watching his videos and I was like, holy shit, this is so big brain. Alright, let's save our chitty. I feel like that's like a bad word or something that I shouldn't be saying. Oh, let me snooze the ad. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out. I really appreciate you. You guys make streaming worth it, because I just want to hang out with you guys. So I appreciate you guys. Let me see if I want to raid anyone. I'm gonna guess probably not. So Yazzie is streaming, but the problem is this game is so, like, the main character of this game is so ugly to me that I can't stand watching it. So I'm not gonna raid Yazzie, but can we raid Bactrian? We'll raid Bactrian after we raid Fermented, after both of you start streaming. Oh my god, banned. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate you. Have a great rest of the weekend. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but yeah, I could raid Seth, but I kind of just want to get up and not sit at my PC anymore. So I'm just gonna end the stream. But unofficially, you could rate. You can go check out Seth or Yazzie Brew. But yeah, it was good to see you all. Thanks for hanging out. Bye!